Dr. Damon McCall is with us in studio today. Dr. McCall is one of our executive principals, and today we're talking about a new principal development pipeline program. So Dr. McCall, thanks for being with us.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So we have just started a new program as part of our Holdsworth partnership, which I don't know if we've talked about that on the program yet, but it is a great program that's funded by the founder of HEB in support of public education. And as part of that program, we started this principal development program. And I'd love for you to start by just telling us, why is this important to what we're doing in Lubbock ISD?
Absolutely. So we have 3 pillars that we pride ourselves on: love people, develop leaders, and value data. And this is hitting in on the loving the people and the developing leaders. We had 9 principal vacancies last year, and trying to find 9 people that are ready to go sometimes is difficult. So what we're starting to do now is look at our assistant principals and develop some certain areas that we feel like we can grow them in that'll help prepare them for when they hit that seat as being a principal.
And we were talking a little bit before the interview about what the goal is of the program, because it's easy sometimes to teach people about the tangible things that we do in the job, like managing the campus budget, et cetera. But this is about more than that. So tell us about that.
Absolutely. So being a principal anywhere is very stressful. You're bombarded with questions. You have a multitude of people that are coming around and needing things from you. So really what we focused on, like on our first meeting last month, was a thing called emotional intelligence. So people think of emotional intelligence as like, when I feel myself getting stressed out, how do I manage that? When I feel myself getting angry or frustrated, can I regulate that? And a lot of times teachers have to do that. But when you move into the role of the principal, not only do you have to manage your own emotions, but you have to recognize and manage those around you. When you have an upset parent come in, you have to listen to what's going on with them and figure out how to diffuse the situation and calm them down. When teachers are excited or anxious, you have to help them, and students. So one of the things that they don't talk about in principal preparation programs is how to manage people's emotions. So that's what we talked about last month. And then this week we're going to be talking about vision and planning for the future. So each one of these candidates is doing what's called a stretch activity. So they're going to do things on their own campus that as a principal would do. And their principal is going to let them do it on their own. And then we have what's called triad meetings, where we go out, I or Beth go out and meet with the principal and the principal candidate, and we talk about how it's going and coach them. So they get like a practice run of being a principal on the campus with no penalties.
But it sounds like a lot. And when you mentioned Beth Barrage, our Executive Director of Leadership and Professional Development, is a part of this planning with you for the program. And when you mentioned the principal vacancies, that's something that we deal with every year, right? There's attrition and reasons why people are leaving the job. And the goal of really, a big part of the Holdsworth partnership is really ensuring that people are ready to take on these roles when they're available, so that you're not scrambling and trying to figure out who fills the role. And so just tell us about how important this is to future staffing in Lubbock ISD.
Well, absolutely. So again, like I said, last year we had 9 principal vacancies, 23 assistant principal vacancies. So rather than people learning when they get hired, now what we want to do is we want to kind of grow them into it on their own. So when they do step into that role, they're even more prepared. And so the number 1 factor in student achievement is a good teacher. But number 2 is a principal. So the teacher can't operate and do what they need to do unless the principal's running the building and keeping the environment one that people can teach and learn in. So that's why this is important.
Well, it's a great program. The Holdsworth program has been great for the district, and this is just one piece of really how we're looking to set up a great future for Lubbock ISD.
Absolutely. This is going to be a yearly thing that we're going to do a new cohort every year, so we're excited about it.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to talking to some of the participants in the future to hear about the experience. So thanks for sharing some information with us today.
Thanks for allowing me to come on.
Of course.